Formulate and widely disseminate an internal policy or charter or resolution or declaration so and so for what? Prohibition, prevention and redressal. ये एक्ट के हेडिंग में ही है. प्रोहिबिट करो, प्रिवेंट, प्रोहिबिट नहीं कर पाए तो प्रिवेंट करो, और अगर ये सब नहीं हो पाया तो आप कंप्लेंट को रिट्रेस करो. Of sexual harassment at workplace intended to promote gender sensitive safe spaces and remove underlying factors that contribute towards a hostile working environment against women. तो क्या करना है, आपको पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेट करनी है. आपके एम्प्लॉयमेंट इंडस्ट्री में है लेट्स से 1500 लोग, आपने पॉलिसी बनाई है और टॉप 50 लोगों को भेज दी. वुड दैट बी राइट? Yes, Indrajit, you are right. So what you have to do is you have to widely disseminate the policy. You don't say that I have formulated a policy, my job is done. Or you don't say that I have formulated a policy and given it to the top hierarchy, my role is done. You have to give it to all the employees of the organization, widely disseminated, put notices, put it out there that you have this program in place, there is a policy in place. See, the intent of the entire act is to provide safety. A woman in an organization should feel safe. So if she knows that every person is aware about this policy, I have a redressal mechanism in the organization which is there in place. I have nothing to worry about. If something happens, I trust this organization, I trust the ICC, this is such a strict policy, action will be taken. Many a times women feel they doubt themselves whether they should go to the ICC or not. What will happen if I go to the ICC? Will it affect my employment as a whole? If the person is on a hierarchy level, he's at a higher hierarchy, should I go to the ICC or not? This is not what you want to make the women of the organization believe. The intent of the organization should be to provide safety, security to women. They should feel like kuch bhi ho jaye, I can go to the ICC. This organization has such a strict policy in place, koi kuch nahi kar sakta. That's the confidence you want the women in the organization to have. That's why the legislature has put words like these, okay? Okay, so formulation is one thing, dissemination is one thing, okay? Two things go hand in hand. It's not either formulation or either dissemination. You have to do both things. You have to formulate and widely disseminate the policy which is there in the organization. Second, you have to carry out orientation programs and seminars for the members of ICC. You can't just say that Saurabh, Sharmishta, Simran, they are members of the ICC. आप act पढ़ लो, काम हो गया. आप उनको बताओ. They don't know anything. They see people who are coming from a background is okay. There is a prescription that members should be of so and so background, they know. But how do you conduct training? What do you need to do? Whether you should give time or not? How do you address the witness? You have to keep the proceedings confidential. This is what you all know because you are reading the act with me. I'm explaining things to you. Members of ICC may or may not, they may miss out on some points. It's like orientation of a new employee. You tell them about what goes on in the organization. Here, you tell the members of the ICC what goes on in the ICC end to end. From receipt of complaint to disposal of complaint, this is their job in their entire tenure. Okay. Then you have to carry out awareness programs and create forum for dialogues, which may involve Panchayati Raj institutions, Gram Sabha, women's group, mothers committee. अब क्या होता है that as an employer, what you have done is आपने ICC बना दी, पॉलिसी बना दी और पॉलिसी सबको भेज दी. आप बोल रहे हो हमारा काम खत्म. आप एफर्ट ले सकते हो. ऋतुपर्णा ने बताया आप काउंसलिंग सेशंस दे सकते हो एम्प्लॉयज को, वो लीजिए. आप क्या कर सकते हो उसके अलावा? देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर, सो एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन बी वेरी बिग इन स्ट्रक्चर, राइट? द नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज कैन गो इन thousands and lakhs, you don't know. So what you can do is you can create groups internally within the organization to promote any specific dialogues within that group. एक अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का पर्टिकुलर रूरल एरिया में एक सेक्टर है, within that rural area sector you formulate a panchayati raj which is inclusive of women, which within that women they feel a safe space that yes, we can talk about these issues. You promote dialogue, so and so thing happened, what do you think about this, how do you think we as an organization could address it? So you actively initiate these programs internally within the organization. आप एक women's group अलग बना दीजिए. There are many things that you can do as an organization, formulating groups and promoting dialogue between women, so that one, they feel safe to speak. Second, they know that these people are there with me to support me within the organization. So you as an employer can do that. Then you can conduct capacity building and skill building programs of members of the ICC, like we just read in B. So orientation program for ICC members, okay. However, you give them skill building programs also. So there is a way that you present yourself as a member. You do not show biases. You do not show reactions to the victim. When the victim is addressing, I am the member of an ICC, okay, and Simran is coming to me, she's just pouring her heart out about whatever incident has happened. I can't say, "Arey Simran, ye to kuch bhi hai, tum kya baat kar rahe ho, chalta rehta hai." That's not my job. I have to be very, very sensitive towards the issue. I have to give Simran the support, the empathy that is required. So this is a soft skills training. I'm not making a, chalta hai, this is very normal type of attitude on my face. I have to be very sensitive towards the issue. So you give training to members of ICC on how to react onto particular situations, how to react if the situation is turning into a fight. There might be a situation when Simran and Saurabh are there in the ICC against each other, they're shouting. I as an ICC member should know how to control that situation. I have to have the skill and capacity to handle that kind of a situation. So this is a training that you have to give to the ICC members. All right. Very important, you have to declare the names and contact details of members of ICC. You have to display. Rituparna, I'll get back to you 1 minute. So members of the ICC, आपने जब order के time बनाया, आपने section 19 duties of employer में पढ़ा कि whenever you're formulating an ICC, उसका order दीजिए, वहाँ पे दीजिए members कौन है ICC के, so that they're approachable. People know about the members who are there in the ICC, and this is the body that is constituted. It's a fair constitution of the body. The members, employees of the organization should be aware about that fact. And lastly, you use modules developed by state governments to conduct workshops. This is very optional depending on which state has implemented it, and awareness programs using centers. So module is optional. You as an organization can have an internal module within the organization where you choose to frame it, or you can take the help of modules which are given by the government in situations which are given. Okay. Yes, Rituparna.